Have you ever cast a spell and felt like nothing happened? Or perhaps wondered why some witches seem to manifest easily while others don't? Well, it's not just to do with your beliefs, it's actually to do with who you're becoming. And today I'm going to show you how your identity shapes your magic. And I'm going to guide you through a simple process that you can use every time you do a spell to ensure that the spell has the best chance of becoming successful. My name is Sandra. I'm the author of Crafting Your Wiccan Path, and I help other witches who are struggling to start a practice or deepen a practice confidently integrate magic and connection and ritual into their everyday life with ease so that you can be on purpose and connect to who you truly are. And this is what magic's all about. It's about changing your relationship with yourself so that you become the magician. You become the person who has the power to make change in the world. And you make change in the world by making changes within yourself using your imagination and your subconscious mind. Before we dive into the topic, if you want to know where to start your witchcraft practice, but you just haven't got a clue, or maybe you've tried starting witchcraft and you get stuck because you're overwhelmed by all the practices and you don't know what you should be doing first and then what you should be doing next, I have a free masterclass called How to Start Your Witchcraft Practice. There's a link in the description field below this video, and you can also find that free masterclass on my website, mysterywitchschool.com. Now, magic doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to who you are. So you have to become the person who has what you want when you're doing the magic in order for the magic to work. So for example, if you want more money, you have to become the type of person that has that money. If you want love, you have to become the kind of person that has the love you want. So you have to change who you're being in order to have what it is you want. It is how magic works. And when you're doing a spell and you're visualizing the outcome, you're also feeling into what it feels like to have that outcome. And when you're feeling what it feels like to experience that outcome, you're being the person who is experiencing that outcome, all in the subconscious mind. It's highly unlikely you're going to receive the results you want if you're not experiencing being the person that has those results. This is something I personally have experienced time and time again. And one of the major things I've noticed about magic and what makes it work is when you can really experience the end result as if it's already happening in your imagination before it's actually happened. If you can feel what it feels like to experience the extra money coming in, if you can feel what it feels like to experience having the love of your life walking into your life, and then live your life as if that's already the case, you're creating the magic. It really makes a huge difference. I've had this experience when it comes to income. Money blocks, money mindset has been an issue that I'd had to deal with my whole life. I came from a family that wasn't particularly well off financially. And so I had all of these beliefs about money. I had a lot of beliefs about spirituality and money. And so I was blocking myself from being able to earn money in the way that I wanted to earn it. And it was through doing this identity shifting, through being able to truly experience what it feels like to be the person who is doing what it is they truly want to do and the money is coming in, and really experiencing that, that made a huge difference. And every time I'm able to jump into that version of me, then I notice a change. But the minute I jump out of it and go back to my old ways, I notice a change there too, and it's not a particularly good one. So through the process of identity shifting and through the process of using my imagination to truly step into the version of me that I want to be, I'm starting to experience the results of that. And you will too when you start to do it. Magic isn't an easy thing. It's not just do a spell and forget about it. It really is something that will change your life. And that's what you're wanting after all. You're wanting changes in your life. You're wanting to create a better life. You're wanting to be happier. You're wanting to have more joy. You're wanting to feel more empowered. You want to feel connected. You can use this method that I'm about to show you to help you do that. So what I'm going to show you is a process that you can use before you go into your spell casting to make your spell casting more powerful. So step number 1, before you go into doing your spell, even before you're planning your spell, ask yourself this question: who am I when I have the results of this spell? Who will I be? What am I doing? How am I feeling different? What emotions am I feeling? What does it feel like to have this end result? Use your imagination and put yourself into an imaginary situation where the spell has worked and you've got the result. How does that feel different to how you feel now? And what has changed about you when you're in that version of you compared to the version of you that doesn't have what it is you want? What feels different? What's different about you? That's how you need to start living your life. And of course, that's how you need to be when you're doing the spell. Step number 2, grab yourself a piece of paper or your journal, or just record this into your phone. Tell yourself a little bit of a story about what it is that you're experiencing. The spell has completed, it's been successful. What's the narrative? What's the story? What are you experiencing? Who are you with? What are you doing? Write yourself a little story, or tell yourself a story if you're speaking into your phone, and then read it back or play it back and see what it feels like to actually read back that scenario or hear that scenario back at you. That's actually going to send more of a signal to the subconscious mind again that this is actually what it's experiencing. The subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. So if you're telling yourself a story and imagining in your imagination what it's like to have the result that you want from your spell, your subconscious already believes it's happening. And that's a really powerful thing, because everything you do, 95% of everything you say and everything you do is actually coming from the subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind is what connects to the magic and connects to the universe. So you really want to have that subconscious mind on board with your intention. Step number 3, after you've written your story and you've read it through or listened to it through, I want you to read it through aloud, or if you're listening to it, playing it back, repeating the story again out loud. You need to make it something that's verbal. Spells are vibration. And when you speak, you're vibrating energy and intention out there into the world. That's why we say our spells. And often that's why we give our spells rhymes or chants, or do our spells to music or rhythm, because it helps us feel into our end result, and it also creates that vibration. So when you speak your story out loud, you are creating it vibrationally through your words. And if you do it enough, you're going to notice a difference in how you feel. Step number 4, close your eyes and put yourself in that scenario. You can run through the story in your head, but put yourself in that scenario. If you're doing a spell for a house, put yourself in that house. Even if you don't know what it looks like yet, just put yourself in a house. Somewhere, a room that appeals to you. And you can build the house from there. Let your imagination build the house from there. Allow your subconscious mind to create more of the story, more of the experience that you want. Most important thing is to feel into what it feels like. Now, the emotions may not be overwhelming. They may just be normal emotions. You may just be feeling relief, or you may just be feeling some joy, or you may just be feeling appreciation, or you may just be feeling content. They don't have to be overwhelming emotions. In fact, it's probably better if they're not. And your imagination will help you do that. You get the feeling from the imagination. You don't have to fake the feeling. You don't have to force the feeling. If you've never experienced what you want before, and in a lot of cases when it comes to magic, we haven't actually experienced the end result for real, your imagination can experience it. So imagine you're in the scenario that you've never been in before, totally new to you, and allow your imagination to create the feelings in your emotional energy system, and allow your imagination to create the feelings within you. And just tap into what you're feeling as you're imagining yourself truly living the life you truly want to live. Step number 5, do your spell. Gather your materials, put them all together. When you come to do your spell, you cleanse your space, you get yourself set up, you light your candle, whatever it is that you're doing and what type of spell you're doing. You light your candle if you're doing a candle spell. You've written your petition if you're doing a petition spell. And just quickly go back into your imagination and relive the experience of the end result. And then proceed with your spell. And then after you've done your spell, whenever you think of it, and you will, even though in magic we'd say don't think about the spell. Once it's done, you've sent it away, don't think about it. You will think about it. When you do think about it, think of the story of the end result. You're living in the end result, in your imagination. Create your world through your imagination. It's everything you've been told not to do in the real world. But magic isn't about the limited material world. It is about the energetic world. It's about all of the dimensions of the universe and what we're truly living in. Your imagination is your link between what you want and what you have. It is your path to being able to move into more of what it is that you want and more of who you are. So use your imagination. We were told as children that imagination is just a silly thing. Oh, you've got a big imagination, you've got a very vivid imagination, and imagination is being laughed off. It's been something that artists use, but it's not something that everyday humans are supposed to use because it's not real. Even though in the imagination it's not necessarily tangibly real at the time, what your imagination does is creates reality. So that's why it's so important to use it in magic, and why it is a magical tool that you can take with you anytime, anywhere. You don't have to buy it. You don't have to create it. You don't have to take it with you as an extra item that you have to carry with you. It is actually already within you, and it is incredibly, incredibly powerful. So if you want to go deeper in your witchcraft practice and use magic and witchcraft as your connection to who you truly are as a spiritual path, where you can either use magic every day or just connect with the god and goddess every day, learn how to connect with deities, work with energy, create circles, set up your magical tools in the right way, I do invite you to join the Mystery Witch School 101 Academy. That is my 12-month course where I teach you everything you need to know when you're starting out as a witch or even as a Wiccan. It has everything you need to connect to the witch within you so that your path becomes one of connection. Your path becomes one of purpose and empowerment. And that's what we're truly looking for when it comes to magic anyway. Feeling empowered, feeling on purpose, bringing spirituality and the sacred into our daily lives, not just leaving the sacred when we get up from a daily practice, but actually treating our whole life as a sacred practice. So that's the Mystery Witch School 101 Academy. There's a link in the description field below this video. You can also find it on my website, mysterywitchschool.com. If you like the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. I will see you on the next one. Blessed be.